Oh, well, here we are for the final day of the Clifford Ball, August 17th, 1996. Channel member Spud making the request. And these shows, these all-time great shows, I really do not like to recap. It's just because it's like so much has been said about them. Almost everybody's heard it. Almost everybody loves it. And it's all been said. And I feel like, well, I'm just going to repeat things you've already heard and things people have already said. So then I start trying too hard to maybe like find something that, ooh, I bet you no one's ever said that before. So enough with that nonsense. That's kind of where I got carried away on the November, the Denver '97 show. Just that was another all-time great show that's been talked to death, and it's like, well, what am I going to say that hasn't been said? And I had a little trouble with that one, so I don't really need to say. Although one thing I'm going to say about this that I don't think many people have said is the Brother. Like, Brother's a good song. We all like Brother. We would kill to hear Brother on a regular basis now. But not often do you walk away from a Brother being like, holy shit, did you hear that, Brother? Like, dude, you got to check this out immediately. And it wasn't, and I don't mean just because Ben and Jerry came out. That wasn't it. It was just Trey going completely insane amongst like three insane sets. The Brother actually did stand out to me as something that otherwise you may just look over, like Golgi later in that same set. Like not a whole lot really to write home about on the Golgi. And then Ben and Jerry, I didn't know, are they brothers? I didn't think they were brothers. I thought they were gay or something, but I still don't think they're brothers. They must just really love the song. I don't know. Old Home Place is where we got started. Now, it was like a sentimental opener before the opener. So you get Old Home Place. It was like, that was a cool way to do things there. Everybody probably felt like this is our home for the week, We're away from home, but we feel such at home here. So then Punch You in the Eye, the real official opener. And what a great way to open the final day of your first festival. Followed that up with Reba. And I did the first set on DVD, did most of the second set in the car, which felt like a throwback, like that second CD. I wasn't listening on CD now, but in the time of CDs, boy, that CD #2 from the Clifford Ball had some bangers on it. All right, so let's get past the Reba, which was basically just perfect. Almost everything was, really. I think I might have heard one little tiny half of Flub and Lizards if I'm really, really trying here. So almost everything was played flawlessly, like just great versions, and then maybe even like a little extra spike in there. Songs like Sample in a Jar, Taste, Fee, Maze, Susie Greenberg. That's how the first set ended, and the Maze just completely melting faces, obviously. Susie Greenberg ending the set, a cool set ender. So, the first set I really have the least to say about, although that Reba, the Taste, the Sample in a Jar. I mean, there was definitely some big highlights in the first set, and it was very good, but that was probably the least favorite of the three, because the second set was just maybe my favorite set they have ever played. And again, I know I've been saying that a lot lately, but you guys have been choosing some really good shows lately with really good sets. It opens with Curtain, and then this is when Trey mentions the guy on there. It was either at the beginning or the end of the Curtain. And I bet you he regrets this, because since this day, Trey gives a shout out to the guy on the rail. He's like, you have done this like every show, man. I don't know how you do it. And since that day, you know how many of these rail chompers have been trying to get a shout out from Trey. I've been on the rail twice, and one time it was like, it'd be cool if Mike sees me. Oh, it'd be cool if Trey sees me. So I know the feeling. And I could just imagine if you're down there every night, it becomes your goal to get recognized by Trey. Shout it out even, through the microphone, maybe. It's a stupid goal. Stop it. All right, so then Runaway Jim follows Curtain. It's like the darkness. This darkness and its ice was maybe the highlight of the set, followed by the Brother. That was just unbelievable. And then they just notch it up again with Fluffhead, this big ending to the Fluffhead, about blow your brains out. And then Antelope, maybe the expectations were a little too high for Antelope, because this one was just good, Following that It's Ice, Brother, and Fluffhead, you probably would have expected just some spontaneous chomper combustion throughout the crowd. And then Golgi and Slave to the Traffic Light ended it. One of my favorite set closers, obviously. This is one of my favorite set closers, like actually once it's happened, not just on paper. So we've gotten through two amazing sets. There's one to go. Wilson opens up the third set. Some Led Zeppelin in there, which just felt like a natural, It just seemed like the Zeppelin fit right into the Wilson perfectly. Following that up with Frankenstein, staying in the classic rock neighborhood, then completely leaving the classic rock neighborhood for Sin of a Mule. I don't know what Sin of a Mule is. It's very fishy. Some folks, I believe, used to call it Jewgrass. I don't know. I mean, that is possibly, it sounds like, oh, is that offensive? No, it's actually not. It's actually a perfect way of describing the song, and one that really, all these duds they play now, all this new stuff, they got a song like Sin of a Mule sitting on the shelf for almost entire tours. But yet we get Drift While You're Sleeping all the time. Tweezer, maybe the most jamming of the entire show was the Tweezer. While it wasn't anything you'd get in 2025. For 1996, not bad. A Day in the Life. Now, after the Wilson, Frankenstein, Mule, Tweezer, it's like you were just being beat over the head with a mallet. Finally, things calmed down for A Day in the Life, but that's a very crowd-pleasing cover, followed by a Rockin' Possum. Tweezer reprise ends the set, and then the infamous Harpua that they didn't really have time for. Guess they got a little excited. They have to basically stop just as Harpua's getting off the ground, and boom, that is it. Completed a year later, Harpua was. Boom. That's it. Spud, thank you for looking at that. That was quick. I've been trying to get through these quicker. Got through a 3-setter in under 6 minutes. Spud, you're the man. Thank you for requesting. Thank you for being a member. Boom.